In this video, I'm going to share the most common ways that women unintentionally push great men away. And if you've made any of these mistakes, I'll show you how to turn things around and bring the man you want even closer. Don't go anywhere because we're starting right now. So imagine this scenario. You've met the perfect guy. He is smart and funny and attractive and very interested in you. You start getting to know each other and you go on a few dates, and just when you're really starting to like him, poof, he disappears on you and leaves you wondering, why does every guy I like seem to drop off the face of the earth after a few dates? And what can I do to prevent it from happening again? I'm psychologist and relationship coach Dr. Antonio Borrello, and I can promise you this. If you're engaging in one or more of the following behaviors, you're probably pushing, even scaring great men away. So without further ado, here are the behaviors to look out for. Number one, you're over communicating or over texting. Now, keeping in regular contact with the person that you're dating is usually very sweet, and it helps to build the attraction between two people. That is, however, as long as the communication is balanced, meaning that he's initiating the conversation at least 50% of the time. On the other hand, if you're the one that's usually contacting him first or texting him long paragraphs compared to his 1 or 2 word responses, it won't be long before he begins to start seeing you as insecure and clingy. So, answer these questions. Are you the one who usually restarts the texting every day? Does your heart drop and you feel anxious when you realize that he hasn't texted back for a while? Do you start worrying that something is wrong? If yes, that's a problem, especially if you're double and triple texting him without a response, because that adds to your anxiety and raises the clinginess index tremendously. And he will undoubtedly feel your insecurity and neediness, and that becomes very unattractive. Number two, you are way too available. When you're excited about someone, you want to spend as much time with them as possible. But this becomes a huge problem if you are too available or always available, especially last minute. That's because men are attracted to women who have a full life, not to women who come off as needy and clingy. So you cannot be too available to him. You must make sure that you are keeping up with the life that you had prior to meeting. And you can't stop doing the things that you were doing before you met him. So make and keep plans with your girlfriends and keep your schedule busy. This goes a long way towards helping him to see you as a high-value woman with an exciting life. And when you do that, he's going to want to be part of that, because if you have your own life, he will find that independence sexy. It also reminds him that he isn't the center of your world, so therefore he has to put in more effort to spend time with you. So keep active with your friendships and activities you had before you met him, because that's what made you who you are. Remember, your relationship started because of who you are. If you lose your identity, you will likely lose the relationship too. Number three, talking about commitment too soon. I know it's difficult not to think about the future when you really like someone who has potential. At the same time, it's important to cool your jets and let the relationship evolve naturally, and not even consider committing to anyone before you've really gotten a chance to know them. So take that commitment goal out of your mind, because when you make something a goal, you start planning and living in the future, and then you're constantly measuring your progress towards that goal. That means that everything you do is subconsciously slated towards accomplishing your goal, and even worse, everything that he does that makes you worried about your goal not happening is going to make you upset and ruin the dynamic between you. So for the first little while, just enjoy the time that you spend with each other as much as you can, and let whatever will happen between you happen. Otherwise, you could wind up subconsciously pushing him away without even realizing it. Number four, you need constant reassurance of his interest. Now, it's normal to want to know how your significant other feels about you. However, constantly asking them how they feel for reassurance is a problem. If this is you, then you probably ask multiple times. Are we good? Are you attracted to me? You probably also need to have constant affection from them, such as kisses and holding hands. This happens when you have this perpetual feeling as though things are on the cusp of falling apart. It happens when you are always on the lookout for the signs that things are going to go wrong and that the relationship is about to come crashing down. If that sounds like you, it may be because it's difficult for you to believe completely that he values you and the relationship, and so you need reassurance over and over again that yes, everything is fine. Yes, we are good. Now, this insecurity and these mini accusations that something is wrong all take their toll and quickly turn from annoyance to active resentment. This can become overbearing for the other person and will likely lead to the demise of your relationship. Number 6, being irrationally jealous. Jealousy in the absence of any real threat is not sexy, it's scary, and it makes guys feel like you're going to pull a fatal attraction on them. And besides being scary, irrational jealousy shows buried insecurities and diminishes attraction rapidly. Men are attracted to women who have a sense of inner confidence and are generally secure in themselves. If you show signs of jealousy, such as freaking out if he wants a boys' night out, men pick up on this incredibly quickly and run away even faster. That's why it's important for you to be able to regulate your emotions and not jump to conclusions and allow your jealousy to get out of control and push a good man away. Now, for the most important part of the video. Why does this keep happening to me, and how can I turn things around? For most people, there are 2 reasons. It happens when you start thinking of this new person as the one, or when you start daydreaming and romanticizing a relationship that doesn't even exist yet and may never exist. So instead of being able to be present and engaged in this moment, you're stuck in a future where you're assuming so much. You're daydreaming and fantasizing of all the amazing times that you'll share. And this causes you to elevate the importance of this relationship a great deal. And when you put too much into this outcome, you become too invested in a future that you can't control. And that causes anxiety. See, when you really like someone, when you really want someone, the stakes are higher. The level of importance you attach to that person is higher, and your level of anxiety and fear of losing that person goes way up. And when that happens, any insecurities that you may have about the relationship or about dating that person manifest in your interactions with him. And guess what happens? He feels it. He notices those insecurities, and it lowers your value in his eyes and makes you seem needy or clingy or even desperate. And then before you know it, he's running for the hills. That's why you must stop looking to a relationship to reassure you. Remember, feeling secure comes from inside of you. And if you don't feel worthy, if you don't know your value, it won't matter how smart and sexy or worthy or attractive your partner tells you that you are. It just won't stick, and you'll need more and more reassurance to temporarily fill you up again. That's why you must strive to feel okay within yourself. You need to love yourself and accept who you are. Then you can be fully accepting of the love and affection that your partner directs towards you. Again, it comes from within, not from looking to your partner at every turn to reassure you or to prove that you're okay. But as we discussed before, practicing self-love in the context of a new relationship is often easier said than done. When we want another person, we often do things that we think will win their affection. And in doing so, we often engage in behaviors that are anything but self-loving. The good news is that, like any relationship, strengthening your relationship with yourself and practicing self-love is something that you can learn to do. So if you're interested in learning more about practicing self-love, click here to watch this video now. Or click here to see the video that YouTube thinks that you like. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.